someone made mention that the fans don't want to see the X-Men stories. They want to see new original stories that the Disney Marvel has come up with it. And you
Who
said,
said that?
Who the fuck
and
said
I
that?
Yeah, who
I
said
don't
that?
think that
I just, I'm a huge X-Men fan, and I was very intent when I was hiring for the show that anybody who joins this show has to be a fan. I did not subscribe to what Nate Moore talked
Day
about,
one.
that it's somehow a
No, let
Day
him
one?
finish. Let him finish his Nate Moore beef.
I did not subscribe to what Nate Moore talked about of that it's somehow a bad thing to have fans making these projects. Maybe in the 90s and 80s, maybe it was the fans didn't have access to filmmaking knowledge and craft and all that stuff. But now you do have plenty
No,
of
we're not.
massive fans of so many nerdy things who are also highly qualified craftspeople
Yep.
in the making of TV and film. So that adage just doesn't make sense to me anymore. But what ended up happening is, you hire a bunch of fans, they may have in their head the vision of the show that they wish you were making.
Mm-hmm.
And when you are the executive producer and showrunner, it is your show. And I don't mean to say that from a place of ego. It's my ass on the line. I'm the one who goes to the studio and to
You're the
fans,
captain.
I would use Star Trek very often as
So he does ramble away from, what the interesting things that we want to hear. And by the way, I'm on the channel Calmix and ... The next major thing he says is the 38th minute mark. Screen here.
Marvel after Ant-Man. They were getting freaked out that it was too complicated. It was a multiversal story. I tried to explain to them that a time travel story is not a multiverse story. There is a difference. They did not feel that way.
They did not feel that way. That's so funny.
When also aligned with my refusal to let myself be harassed and treated less than because of who I am, which was very clear. I was being bullied and harassed by individuals because they just did not want to take a gay black man seriously in that role, producer specifically.
Are you able? Sorry, but I want to know, are you able to, illustrate at all some of the bullying and harassment that you suffered, or is that?
Like talking to somebody who is actually a subordinate to me, who went on this long tirade of explaining what my job is as an executive producer, a white man, and me going, "Hey, this feels a little like you're talking down and kind of white-splaining to me." And his response in a text that I have, and we'll show to Marvel, was, "Don't give me that race bullshit." If your boss, who is a woman of color, says, "Hey, I feel like you're taking me and my identity," what you say is, "I'm sorry, that was not my intention. Can you help me understand where I crossed the line?" I had one individual who kept shirtless pictures of me on their phone as a contact photo and showed people in the crew. That's where those rumors came from.
Okay.
This same guy, white guy, went on to meetings with whole people and be like, "Hey, I'm showing my son your Instagram, your thought pictures, and he wants to know if you have a shirt."
Why would you show your child that, first of all?
That's answers right there. That's answers. All this, he sends, if you worked in the office, you couldn't not get his photos. I remember that's what Jeff Snyder reported. That's what somebody told him. That's why, because he got this weirdo guy taking your Instagram.
That's from
photos.
his side, though.
Yeah, we better not see. I better not. Okay. Now that he's laid it there, though, and he said that rumor was started because of that picture that guy already had of me
from my Instagram.
I have now, then we can lay to bed the excuse of there was a consensual relationship going on and, they wanted to send the pictures. We laying that shit to rest. So nobody else should have the pictures other than the one that you're talking about. Shouldn't be no more personal, the naked Magneto pictures on anybody else's phone.
Lord.
Because it was just a rumor. That's all I'm saying. Just as long as the story is consistent.
Yeah.
How about what he said about the white guy was telling him, and Beau DeMayo was the boss, is telling him something. Beau DeMayo says, "I'm going to check you on that. Like, that's not appropriate, or don't talk down. This is racial." And for him to go, "Nah, don't give me that race
shit." Yeah, no, I've been in a similar position where you have a subordinate that looks at certain features on you and just assumes that they no longer have to listen to you. And it is a very precarious position to be in because you don't necessarily want to give them the energy that they're looking for, that they clearly deserve. So it's a very delicate situation to navigate, especially if it's happening during work. But
oh yeah,
I can definitely identify with that. It's not uncommon.
When I worked for the dental laboratory that I worked for, when I was one of the supervisors of the shipping department there, where we had to make sure that we got everyone's teeth to the right dental, the right dentist's office and everything like that. It was a very grueling. I had 3 different guys under me, and one of them I had to fire for that type of shit. So it's like, yeah, no, I do. I've been there too. I understand where he's coming from on that. The don't give me that race thing. I feel like we've all been there, maybe not in the leadership position, but having someone as a person of color tell you, oh, don't give me that race card, or don't play that race thing with me, or whatever.
Yeah.
When you clearly know that's
the only reason why we're here. I'm your boss.
Exactly.
Your boss. There's no other reason that we would have this point of contention. You wouldn't have this point of contention with your white boss that you had before me. So why are we even having this back and forth? There's only one reason why we're here, fam.
At the end of the day, the work and the quality of the work speaks for itself. And this one producer it was very clear that she wanted to be gone and was creating an alliance of individuals who were trying to make my life hell. She was very happy when I got pulled onto Blade for a little bit. That was a disaster because it was, and I can't speak too deeply because that's part of this lawsuit, was one of the most racist environments I've ever worked in my entire life. And if you knew me personally, you would know that I'm not the person who pulls the card. But that was an area where I had to fly back to LA. I met with someone at Marvel that I thought I could count on to do the right thing, and they did not. And even the way I did it wasn't like, I want to get people in trouble. It was like, hey, guys, you need to be doing better. I want to help you. And it was just clear that they were not happy that I was bringing these things to their attention, and they pulled me off the project about 3 weeks later.
Who has the power to pull you off the project? Who's in LA that you fly over to?
Oh, there's only one name I can think of that he would even think could be able to protect him in that Disney umbrella. I only think of one name.
Yeah, put the hat on your head. Put the hat on your head. Go ahead, Darius. I'm sorry, Darius. Go ahead. I don't want to.
Oh, were you thinking
Feige?
Kevin?
You thought Brad Winterbaum? Who?
Oh, no. If I was in trouble, if I felt like something improper was going on, and I needed to go tell,
that's where I was going.
I'm going to KG or KF.
I was thinking Nate. Brother to brother, skin to skin.
Do nothing. No, he ain't got no smoke for nobody. What is Nate gonna do? Yeah. I'm like, look, all right, it's some workplace relationships going on that's wrong. There's some racism that's going on. We got a whole shit show over here.
I want him to
step up in it. I'm going to the boss. I ain't going to the boss's yes man.
So after the lawsuit, can he say names?
I think it'll just come out in the lawsuit. All of that'll be public record once they start.
So once it is public record and the person that he went to sit down with to expect to handle this the proper way could possibly be revealed as Kevin Feige.
It could be, yeah.
How interesting. Now, that is when I will have more to say. That is interesting.
You're going to be responsible and just reserve everything until then?
Sit down.
Because if that is, I'm sorry, if that is true, ooh, brother.
Tina makes a good point. It depends on whether or not we hear all that, because Disney could do what they always do and settle this thing out of court. They could say, hey, Beau, give us a number. And Beau could just be like, bet, cool. And this will all go away.
Oh, I want to be in that position. I want somebody to say, give me a number. And I'm going to tell you, I'm going to have him like Reed. He has a price too high because I'm telling you.
I'm going to shoot one right back to you.
Has the lawsuit been filed? I think yes. Yeah, I believe it's happened. Because he got the lawyer. He got, what was his name? Brian Freeman, is it? The same guy who defended Scarlett Johansson, same guy who gets wins over Disney all the time.
It's been about almost 365 days since the big allegations all dropped. Every day I have to stop myself from going online and just saying everything and naming the names.
Say it.
And dropping. I'm talking.
Say it. Drop it.
A server full of evidence that I was able to retain and collect that would make people go, oh my God.
Please do it.
It takes every day, whether it's my manager, my best friend, I have to talk to somebody, my lawyer, just to be like, you have to be patient. You have to do this right. Because I also don't want to start a lynch mob to go after. People are like, why aren't you naming people? One, I'm in the middle of a lawsuit, so I have to be careful.
Right.
Two, I am trying to give them a chance to do the right thing.
You should have left.
No, they're not. They're not about to do that.
You Spike.
Yeah,
Everybody looking for you to do the right thing. Do the messy thing. Give us the names.
yeah. Drop the names. He's not going. They're not going to do the right thing, though. That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. That him saying though, he's got this list of names. I feel like the girl from
hard drive.
Yes, I'm telling you.
Drive of information.
I feel like the girl from the TikTok. Let me see it, please.
Like,
I want to see it.
That's what I was getting ready to say. It feels like from even through the sensationalized parts of what he has to say, the things that he's accusing, if they are true, is enough to earn him at very least a very fat check from Disney to get him to stop talking about them. Right? Yeah. Like sexual harassment, whatever racism, and like if he's willing to talk about the sexual stuff and kind of holding back the whatever was racist at the Blade production, that tells me that's probably more of a whammy over there. Like there's probably a little bit more of jeopardy to whatever he's saying about the Blade project. So it still feels like there's more to come. But I don't want to see him continue to do these lives though, because it just feels like you're teasing for content at this point. Let's stay 0 Dark 30 until the trial. Let things come out as they come out, and if they come to you and be like, "Give me a number," then you won. That's how I'm treat.
Yeah, she's not wrong on that one.
Before the hard drive goes by the way of the
Hey, you feel what I'm saying, Pam? It's a lot of
She's not
funny
wrong
stuff
on
going
that
on.
one. She's
It's
not
a lot
wrong.
of funny stuff going on between Epstein and Diddy and Marie Comey just got fired today. It's a lot of sketchy shit going on in our country right
With
now.
people, hey, you got the money to make something disappear. You can make it disappear.
Like, and then people will start acting as if they didn't see the things that they saw or heard the things they heard.
What else was Beau saying?
The reason they've been so quiet is because they know I know what I know, and I'm trying to hold them accountable. But if I was some bastard, there'd be an HR paper trail.
Oh, yeah.
And guess what you have to do for people who don't know how corporations work? When you are spoken to with HR, you'll write a document saying, hey, I've been spoken to by HR because I sent nudes to people. Never happened. I was spoken to HR because I whipped my out at somebody, which was some accusation I heard too, or I was abusive. There's nothing. They don't have them. We have said, show me these HR reports that I signed where you spoke to me about this misconduct. They don't have it.
Like, it doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist. And so instead they release art books where Jake Castorina is taking credit for pitching the show, which is absolutely incorrect.
I saw that. Deaths to
no, there was one person, I'll be quite frank, and maybe this sounds like an asshole. There was one person who was in charge of story and who came up with the story and what you saw happen in that show. That was me.
Speak. Speak.
So are we just saying, are we in agreement that 97 season 2 is DOA without Beau?
It's gotta be, right? Like if what he is saying is true,
that's tragic.
What they wanted for the show was very kid friendly, very flat, not complex, kind of talking down to the audiences. And so in comparison to what he gave us, which was a soap opera in cartoon form, I don't think there's a canyon in between those two things. You really can't capture that feel if they are going to make it cookie cutter and digestible by younger audiences. It's not going to go that way.
Lauren said that. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
He was very formal. Everything he did by the book. Let me talk to HR. Let me get on the plane. Let me talk to dude in Los Angeles, Kevin Feige or Nate Moore. We don't know. Everything he does on the books. So go to human resources and go ask them if I was guilty of any of these. I ain't like, did I send the nudes? No. It's actually like, if you think about it, yeah, Marvel wouldn't keep him if he even sent nudes. They would have gotten rid of him if they had something like that. I think we're good. I also get though from this corporate though, no one likes. Damn, you're bringing that to the office. Like, you're really gonna report that? We're gonna have to officially put that in. I get it. No. I know. Because it's the fault of the the person who's sending news or doing those bad things, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's the fault of the racist guy who Beau DeMayo has to tell on. But I get that the corporations and the guys in charge are gonna be like, we gotta make this official. We gotta put it on the books. We gotta recognize that there was that kind of stuff in our workplace. We don't want to have to, and I get why they wouldn't want to. And I do know that corporations, no matter where you're at, it could be the office over at, it could be any job in the world. No one really wants to have to acknowledge that their workplace has problems, and they would much prefer the staff member who just swallows it and I'm gonna truck on. I'm not gonna, I'm not going to be the one that you guys have to think about or have meetings on, or, you don't get many emails from me other than Merry Christmas, or, that's what workplaces want.
Yeah, I mean, that's what they would prefer ideally, but there has to be somebody in that organization that realizes the legal jeopardy of it all to do what they need to do as opposed to what they want to do. And so maybe, I don't know, depends on who it is, who the person is he's naming. Maybe that person wasn't in a position to take it any further. Maybe they were just a popular figure. My suspicion is that they were at the top of the food chain and they didn't want this to derail an already degrading studio. Like they just didn't, like you said, they didn't need it. They wanted it to go away, and it was easier to smear him than to dig into what it is he's talking about. So again, I would like to see him take that thing to trial. I would like to see it go to trial. I want to see Disney on trial. I want to open up them books. I want to open up the coffers. I want Disney in discovery. So if that means Gina Carano, if that means Beau DeMayo, so fucking be it. I want to open up that shit and see what's actually going on in that company.
Gina Carano gets mentioned in this interview. You should all check it out. I'll put it in the chat since we are done our stream for today, right? We hit everything?
Yes, sir. I'm just going to let y'all know.
Any last minute words you guys want to write in? We'll be here. We'll read. Pam says, listen, they fired Jonathan Majors in 1 hour. If HR had reviewed Beau, they would have gotten rid of him sooner.
Yeah, that's a fact. That is a fact. They heard Jonathan was about to get arrested and was like, yeah, player, it ain't looking too good, dog. I think you should seek greener pastures. So if they just had this long history on bro doing all this nasty stuff, why was he allowed to stay?